Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's time for another deck profile. So, this week we're starting off, it's the start of February, it's the 1st. So that means new deck, and again, we're going to be starting to build everything for the new ban list that goes in effect on the 7th. So, this deck, of course, will abide by that, as will every other deck until we get another ban list. So let's start. So True Draco is something that was actually sent to me. I did not get time to properly playtest this. The few games I played were pretty okay. Let me just show you guys what they came up with. Now, the creator of this, the person who sent me this, did ask to remain anonymous for whichever reason. I would love to respect that. So from now on, I would just say the Duelist if I refer back to the creator of the deck. So real quick, our ratios are going to be 1 copy Dynamite Knight, the True Draco fighter. We're going to have 3 copies Ignis Heat. There we go. And 3 copies Majesty Maiden, the True Draco caster. Again, it's just 7 monsters in this deck, and you know what? It actually worked. I was really surprised, but, weirder things have happened. The spells were pretty simple. It starts off with a single Called by the Grave, single copy Card of Demise, 3 copies Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, 2 copies Domain of the True Monarchs, and this really lends to some of the control aspect. 1 copy Dragonic Diagram. Into some more cards, we've got 3 copies Pot of Duality. This version is only running the single Raigeki. Again, this is a card that you guys might feel free to bump up to the full 3 that you guys will be available for with the new ban list. Single copy Terraforming, 3 copies True Draco Heritage, and a single Upstart Goblin. Again, I'm going to leave those up there real quick because there's a little more variation than there was with the monsters. And just to say, it's pretty average for the spells. The difference is it seems like we took away from the monsters in order to add to our traps. It's a very trap-heavy deck. And because of that, we had to play some real good traps. So just real quick into that, we're going to play 3 copies Solemn Judgment. Now, this one seems a little off-brand, only because, you guys see me play Strike more often. Honestly, this made sense with this deck. 2 copies Summon Limit, because we don't want our opponent to just run away and play Solitaire on us. You want to run 3 copies The Monarchs Erupt. Just really good for you. You got the 3 copies. There can be only 1. Pretty self-explanatory for the control. 3 copies True Draco Apocalypse. And we're going to round it off with 2 copies of the True King's Return. So again, really self-explanatory. I'm going to leave these up here another couple seconds. And just real quick, there's no extra deck. Again, due to the way that you want to play because of the Monarchs Erupt and the Domain of the True Monarch, you really don't want to have an extra deck. So we just aren't going to run one. Now, this deck is sort of not budget-ish. It's not the worst deck I've ever had on here, but it's definitely not the most, budget-friendly. I don't know. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. For those of you that are looking for a little more explanation on what the cards do, we'll do the reading for that here in a second. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Sorry if I feel a little distracted right now. I am immensely so. Just personal stuff. Don't worry about it. Get the focus back here soon, I'm sure. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to support the channel, go ahead, click subscribe. Let your friends know and have a great day. Everybody else, let's talk about the cards. So let's start with our monsters, just real quick. So Dynamite, probably one of the better ones because, again, we want to use some of the traps a little more often. And to play any of these 3 characters here, we contribute some of them by attributing a continuous Face-up spell or trap card we control instead of a monster card. And then that's where their effects are going to break off. This guy says once per turn, either player's turn, whenever your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this monster that was tribute summoned, you can take one True Draco or True King continuous trap from your deck, and then either activate it or add it to your hand. So again, this really allows you to do some crazy stuff. So good card, great card. That's why he's limited to 1. 3 copies Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. Again, tribute summon him off the continuous spell trap. Once per turn, either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this tribute summon monster, you can take one True Draco or True King continuous spell from the deck, either add it to your hand or activate it. And then Majesty Maiden, probably my favorite. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this tribute summon monster, quick effect, you can add one True Draco or True King monster from the deck to the hand. So as long as you get to her, you can get to any of the other ones, and once you've got them, you're good. One thing to note, they all are worms, so there can be only one. Really wants you to only have one of them while you're playing. Going over to the spells, Called by the Grave. Again, since we kind of want to do what we want to do, we have to be able to play through hand traps. Called by the Grave is here for that. Card of Demise. Getting into a monster real quick is actually very important, so you're going to need to be able to board stuff. This card works as follows. Draw until you have 3 cards in the hand. For the rest of this turn after this resolves, your opponent will take no battle damage. No damage at all. During the end phase of this turn, send your entire hand to the graveyard. You can only activate one of these per turn, and you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card, which is all fair. Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. You can target 3 True Draco and or True King cards in the graveyard, shuffle them back to the deck, then draw 1 card. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up. If this is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you may target 1 spell trap on the field and destroy it. You can use each effect once per turn. So again, if we're in that situation, they have the 1 card in the back row. Play this. If you can, send things back into your deck, whatever. Tribute summon, and then use the move where this is going to the discard pile to go ahead and pop that back row. Just keep your synergy moving forward. The Domain of the True Monarchs. This is one of the reasons we don't run the extra deck at all. While you have no cards in your extra deck and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent may not special summon from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 during the damage calculation, which does buff our characters quite a bit. That'll make 33, 32, and 3,100 points, respectively. And you can reduce the level of 1 monster. Again, you don't need that last bit. That's just for the Mega Monarchs. We do run the single Draconic Diagram. Again, it's limited to 1, so that's why. All True Draco and True King monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. The first time each tribute summoned True Draco or True King would be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 other card in your that you control or in your hand. And if you do add 1 True Draco or True King card from the deck to the hand, again, it opens you up to so much advantage. Again, it's just got to be limited to 1. Pot of Duality. Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 of those cards to your hand. Shuffle the rest back into your deck. You may only activate 1 of these per turn. You cannot special summon a monster or monsters during the turn you activate this card. Geki, of course, destroys the opponent's monsters. Terraforming lets you pick up 1 of those 2 field spells. True Draco Heritage. During the main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types, monster, spell, and trap, sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. During your main phase, you can immediately after this resolves, tribute summon 1 True King or True Draco face up. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, target a spell trap on the field and destroy it. Again, you can get a kind of like a passing MST out of it. Upstart Goblin, give your opponent 1,000, get to draw 1. There may be better options here, but right now I didn't see it, so that was fine. The Solemn Judgments, again, these will allow you to stop a monsters from being summoned or spell trap activation for half your life points. Again, the most versatile of the 3 Solemn cards. So that's why we ran this one. Summon limit. Neither player can summon more than 2 times in a turn. So again, choke point for the decks that want to swarm to get off their strategy. Monarchs Erupt. Activate only when you have no cards in your extra deck, which is forever with us. And you control a tribute summon monster. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field while those monsters are face-up on the field, except the ones that were tribute summoned. During the end phase, if you control no tribute summoned monster cards, then send this card to the graveyard. So again, it's like running a 3-pack of Skill Drain. However, Skill Drain is still going to be a thing that comes back up to 3 as of the 7th. So you guys might want to toss this and Domain out. Play a little bit of things like Extravagance in a throwaway extra deck maybe. Could be a great plan. And if you do plan on that, let me know in the comments section what you choose. The 3, there can be only 1. All players have to only control a single monster of any type at a time. But of course, control multiple monsters if you like. So again, this does hurt us a little bit. But it is meant to be a slower deck, so it's fine. The True Draco Apocalypse, and again, this one's going to be a little bit long, and again, my throat and a little congested right now, so I do apologize. If this is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, target a monster on the field and destroy it, which is way better. You cannot activate the following effects of True Draco in the same chain. So you can activate them once per turn. You could target one other True Draco or True King you control, destroy it, and if you do, the attack and defense of all face-up monsters you currently control become half values, even if this leaves the field. It does not say till end of turn, so we're good there. During the opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King. Face up, you can only use each effect once per turn. So again, that's pretty cool. And then the last 2 cards, True King's Return. If this one is sent from the spell trap to the graveyard, again, this one targets a monster on the field to destroy. And again, you can activate the following effects in the same chain, but that does mean that you can activate them in the same turn. You can target 1 True Draco or True King in the graveyard, special summon it in defense. For the rest of the turn, you may not special summon. And second effect, during the opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King face up. So again, I think it's a pretty cool deck. I wish I had some more time to play test it. And because I didn't, I'm going to forego doing a combo test hands video. The big punchline here is you really just want to have things set up to where you're slowing down the opponent. Domain works very well. Summon Limit and Monarchs Erupt works very well. There can be only 1 works very well. And you really just kind of lean into whichever situation is working best for you. And that's about it. Again, the Duelist didn't really give me too much to go on. Just a lot of what it would beat and how it would beat it. And of course, my notes are not with me because I'm a terrible person, guys. I don't know what to tell you. All that aside, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this deck. I'm going to play it a few more days. But like I said, I'm going to forego the test hands and combos. I'm going to leave this one up to you guys to just sort of explore and discover on your own. And I want to get to playing some more Master Duel, actually. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. And hopefully you guys didn't judge me too harshly on my series of misplays yesterday. Because that was actually pretty terrible, guys. It was terrible. Still managed to win. That's fine. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Hopefully I can shake this head cold by then. I'll see you later, my friends. Bye.